Hi, I'm David and welcome to the tutorial to install MultiPlug on Windows. So the main website you need to go to is multiplug.app. On the home screen there is a nice big install button. Go to install. You've got two options. This is going to be based upon Windows. If you want to install it on Linux or the Raspberry Pi or Debian, there'd be another video. So go and search for that one. So Windows install, big button there, we click that and it starts to download the exe. We want to definitely keep that. Click on that exe. The MultiPlug is currently not signed, so you will have to override the warnings, so we'll run that anyway. So this is the setup menu. Essentially it's all the defaults you need to click through. Just click next. So once that's installed, it will try to load MultiPlug on the local device, and MultiPlug will start to initialize extensions at multiplug.local, but also it could be the IP address of the current machine. So the first setup process is just simply creating a super user, and you can use your own values here. So I'll just use admin password and then set the country. So once you've done that, save that, and then you'll be taken to the normal login screen. So there's multiple ways of logging into MultiPlug. However, you need to set up user rights before you can do that. But there are local text-based options. There's a machine-based option which uses your current machine, the Active Directory and things like that to validate the user. But as we just created the super user, just use the super user password and username, like so. And there you go, you're in. So we're currently using it as an evaluation. The MultiPlug can be used for non-commercial reasons as much as you like. And essentially it's broken down into a few main areas. You've got your apps, which are user-based access points to the system, and then there's this kind of settings area of the extensions, but also settings of the main MultiPlug. So all the extensions are listed down here when they're installed. By default, there's a simple file configurator, essentially that just saves and loads settings. Any extension can be that. It can go off to a network share, or it can go save locally. But essentially, any extension can be anything. Essentially, so that's the default one. And there's if you wanted to go and have a look at the settings, that's the default location. But so in the settings area, you got all the main system settings like hosting, extensions, version numbers, things like that. Your area opportunity to restart the system or shut it down even. If you want to install extensions, go to the extensions menu. If you've got an internet connection, if you go to add, you'll see a whole list of extensions that are currently built. They're built by different people, different times. They're not all supported. It's just like any other app with any other system. So if you install one of these and it doesn't work, then it's not a reflection on MultiPlug. It's just the fact that extension hasn't been updated or hasn't been worked on. So depending on your use case, you might need to be guided by whoever's demoing the MultiPlug. There is another video of me demoing the Raspberry Pi configuration, for example, that's pretty good. Raspberry Pi GPIO interface, so you can then use that. The programming language of MultiPlug is .NET, so you create extensions using .NET, and then you create an extension, and it has a simple publish subscribe mentality. So a extension creates an event, and then other extensions subscribe to those events. Simple as that, really. So that's it for the actual install. So again, if you're on the local machine, it's multiplug.local for Windows situations, or it's just the IP address of the current machine. Another area you should take a look at is the discovery app. So if, let's say, you've got it installed on the system and you don't know the IP addresses of where it's installed, there is a Windows and Android discovery app, and we'll just install it now. Again, we'll have to override the protection. And all the when installed, you can't see at the bottom my task manager, but essentially there's a little icon that appears in the bottom task manager. You click that and then you get a big long list like that of Raspberry Pi instances, not Raspberry Pi, sorry, MultiPlug instances on the network, and then I can double click, for example, this one here, and it then brings up in the browser that MultiPlug instance. Again, there's an Android app that does exactly the same functionality. It's very handy to just get you to the MultiPlug wherever it's installed on the network. Other areas to have a look at is the Wiki. If you go down to the multiplug.app website, go to the Wiki, there's general understanding of how the system works, the files, the configuration files, how to shut down, start up the system. There will be how to develop an extension on there, I'm pretty sure, very soon. So just take a look at that to get familiarise yourself with that. If you're not on the internet, you can sideload extensions using this option here, and you can download. If you type the extension into Google, you'll probably find the repository it's on, and you can download the file directly and then sideload it, take it onto a USB stick or whatever, and then sideload it. So hopefully that's a quick introduction how to install MultiPlug and get it up and running. As I say, it's available also on Linux, so there will be a Linux video tutorial on that too.